So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna be doing a trade series where I'm gonna teach you guys everything about futures. जो भी futures के बारे में, I'll try to explain everything. And if you're new, if you're already trading futures, I'm pretty sure that you guys don't know how what actually it is and कैसे काम करता है. So in this video, I'll try to cover everything which is there. Yeah, without anything, let's get started. So the first thing is that what is futures trading and how is it different from CFD accounts and how is it different from options? So basically, futures is nothing but you're predicting the price of a future. Let's say you are trading oil or something. So if you're trading oil and you expect like the price of oil is going to increase tomorrow, but today both the buyers and sellers are agreeing at some point कि वही price point पे trade करेगा. So that is something. And if it uh, let's say that or petrol or something oil is at like $1 and tomorrow the price goes to like $5, the $4 profit is gonna be yours. And compare that with option with theta decay and premiums are there. In futures, it's not there. So that's one difference. So what price today you trade and what price you sell, that's the amount you're gonna get. And with that, why do I like futures compared to CFD firms? Is पहले तो spread नहीं होता. So if you let's say I trade MNQ is nothing but Nasdaq. Okay, and the price which is going right now, let's say it's right now at 33.86, and let's say if it's working अभी चल रहा तो अगर it's at this point and if I execute my trade, it's gonna execute at that point itself. So that's one advantage compared to जो CFD firms होता है उसमें you have something called as bid and ask, you have something called as spread, and once you try to enter here, you enter on a loss. That is your spread that is taken by broker, yeah, just to execute. So that's one very good advantage is that it's a very liquid market and you're gonna execute at the same price जो चल रहा है. And yeah, what are the assets जो कौन से assets trade कर सकते हो? So if you go try to connect with Tradeovate account, but all the stocks which you can trade are through CME. CME is a chart provider जो आपको data provide करता है, and every single futures trader is gonna have the same exact chart. Compare that with CFD. CFD में अलग अलग chart होता है. So if you compare with TradingView का chart and you compare with your broker का chart, it's gonna be different. थोड़ा बहुत difference रहता है price में. But if you trade futures, सबका चार्ट एक ही प्राइस में रहता है. So there's no manipulation या no fluctuation जो दूसरे brokers कर सकते हैं. So the data is provided by CME. CME is the global provider for liquidity charts जो भी price point पे trade करता है. And yeah, that's one very good advantage of trading futures. So before we begin, I would like to tell you guys about a website where you guys need to know अगर आप futures trade करना चाहते हो. Profitformass.com. Not sponsored, nothing, but uh, here you're gonna get all the profits which you have for futures trading, and I'm gonna tell you guys कि क्या क्या होता है. So the right now once you open here, you can see there's forex futures and crypto. So you have futures. So once you go, you're gonna see all the profits which are there. And right now, loser is the dominating one. उसके अलावा there are many profits which you have for futures. And yeah, the thing about futures is that there are few things that you need to understand. So one is these profirms have two types of accounts. पहले तो दो type के account है. What happens in CFD is जो भी आप price any price that you buy in CFD accounts जो funding bips है and good funded traders and what else 5% traders. So in that accounts, once you buy in CFD accounts, you have to pay the same amount. But in futures, there's something called as activation fee. So basically, what is activation fee is let's say आप एक eval खरीदे हो, you buy an eval of 50K, and for that to pass, you need to make either 2,500 या $3,000. So that is either 5 or 6%. And उसके बाद once you pass the account, you need to pay another fee so that you can get a funded account. So that is what an activation fee is. So this let's say आपको eval मिल रहा Apex का ले लो, it's around $20 with 90% off. So once this is during evaluation phase में. So this is evaluation phase. So evaluation phase. You're gonna buy an account for $20, okay? And once you pass the account, तो उसके बाद क्या आता है? It'll ask you to pay again. It's gonna ask you around 70 to $90, depending upon what type your account. Just check it out on Profit Match. I'll show you how to check. So you have to pay this to get your funded account. Okay. Then after that, once you get funded account, in that once you make profits, then you can withdraw the amount. So कुछ firms में like Lucid has no activation fee. The amount you pay, you don't have to pay again to get a funded account. They're gonna send you directly. Some accounts such as TopStep, Apex, जो भी top firms है, they have activation fee. So once you clear your evaluation fee, you have to pay again. Check कर लेना, and then you're gonna get your funded account. So there are two types of account in futures trading as well. So check out which one you're buying. So with that, what is what are the assets you can trade in futures is, so I have connected my account with like TradeOvert account, and once you connect, you can go to the search and you can see here कि TradeOvert आ चुका है. What is TradeOvert? So once you buy a futures account, you're gonna have something called as TradeOvert options. This is a broker which allows you to connect you to your trading view. जो भी आपका trading view account है, you can directly connect there. So once you select here and remove everything, you're gonna see all the assets which you can trade. So people ask me that in futures, can you trade Euro USD, GBP USD, Euro USD? You can't trade, but you can trade commodities such as gold, silver, and oil. उसके अलावा you can trade MNQ, NQ, and all the US futures. And these are all the futures which you can trade. You can trade Japanese futures, Nikkei, and German. Everything is there. Also, you can trade Bitcoin futures, Litecoin futures, Dogecoin, ये भी है, but people usually don't trade, and it's mainly known for trading MNQ and ES. So your S&P 500 and Nasdaq. So I usually trade MNQ. So yeah. So what is so why do I trade MNQ? There's a fun fact. So basically, the S&P 500 is worth $61 trillion as of now, and Nasdaq alone is worth around 42 trillion. So if you compare that with whole Indian GDP and Indian stock markets, it's around $4 trillion. It's sirf Nasdaq ki like ten times bigger as sirf Nasdaq. And if you combine both S&P and uh, Nasdaq, it's around $100 trillion. It is too much, to be very honest. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I trade, because it's the biggest asset in the world and the whole world economy depends on that. So yeah, that's one fun fact you guys need to know. So basically Nasdaq, so this is a $45 trillion asset जो भी price में चल रहा है. So every 1% move is around four how much $400 billion. So every 1%. So let's say this is Nasdaq, right? I want to like 5 minute. Okay, so this much is around $400 billion का move जो यहाँ पे हुआ था. Around close to 350 $400 billion का सिर्फ एक मुंह है इतना. So it's a lot, to be very honest. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I trade, because the whole world depends on it. And other than that, I'll tell you guys the difference between MNQ and NQ. So what is MNQ? There are two types again in Nasdaq. So in Nasdaq or in any other futures. So any other future assets, there are two types. One is micro and one is mini. One is micro and one is mini. So again, there are like two types. And what is micro is basically 1/10 of a mini. So every 10 contracts. So in forex आप भी trade करते हो, you call it lots, right? तो in futures you call it as contracts. So हर एक lot को एक contract बोलता है. So let's say here one contract. So here जो mini में one contract है. So one mini equals to 10 MNQ. इतना याद रख लेना. So what does this mean? What does this mean is basically every 2 points. So every point it moves, it's gonna move for $2. So every point, so यहाँ से यहाँ पे एक point का move, या तो एक पे बोलता ना, like in forex. So every point it move is gonna show you plus or minus $2. Okay, every point is gonna be plus or minus $2. ऐसा याद रख लेना. Okay, and here in mini, every point it moves is gonna be plus or minus $20. इतना याद रख लेना। हर एक पॉइंट जो मिनिमम मूव करेगा इज गोना शो यू $20 का प्लस और माइनस, एंड एवरी पॉइंट इज गोना मूव इन माइक्रो इज गोना शो यू प्लस और माइनस $2। सो हर एक पॉइंट में अगर लेट्स से यू टेक यहाँ पे बाय एंड इज गोना मूव वन पॉइंट इज गोना शो यू $20 इन NQ. So here you can see it's MNQ. MNQ मतलब micro, NQ यहाँ पे NQ है. So every point is gonna move in NQ1 exclamation mark है. So every point it moves here is gonna show you plus or minus $20 का move. इतना याद रखना. Okay. Same thing with MES and ES. यहाँ पे ES दिख रहा है ना? ES is mini. Mini के लिए कुछ नहीं है. Micro के लिए MES करके रहा था. So MES is right here. MES exclamation mark. So every point it's gonna move. It's gonna show you some values. Okay. So याद रख लेना उतना काफ़ी है. This is your whole road map. अगर एक पॉइंट मूव करेगा माइक्रो और मिनी में, सो व्हाट यू गाइस नीड टू ट्रेड, इफ यू ट्रेड लाइक 150 के अकाउंट या मल्टीपल बिग अकाउंट्स, जस्ट गो फॉर मिनी. इफ यू ट्रेड लाइक 50 के, 100 के या 25 के, जस्ट गो ट्रेड माइक्रो, क्योंकि मिनी इज अ लॉट. ओके, अगर आप एक मिनी खोलोगे यू कांट ओपन लेस देन वन मिनी. ओके, यू कैन ओपन वन माइक्रो इज मिनिमम, यहाँ पे वन मिनी इज मिनिमम. And every mini, so your PNL is going to have like plus or minus $1,000 ka movement. So it's really fast. It's advised for professionals to take trades on mini, not micro. Okay, but micro is literally friendly for everyone. Even in gold, अगर आप gold trade करते हो तो it's not XAU USD जो forex में है, it's called GC futures. So यहाँ पे micro GC है. Okay, there are two types again. Gold में भी MGC here and GC futures. So GC is nothing but gold, and here silver. S1 है सर, is silver mini it is, micro नहीं है. अगर micro silver होता तो क्या रहता? MSSI and one exclamation mark. As you can see, there's exclamation mark everywhere, right? So यहाँ पे MNQ1 exclamation mark है, यहाँ पे NQ1 exclamation mark है. So basically what happens is जो भी contracts होता है वो expire होता है like 3 or 4 months में expire होता है. So what you can do is go on Google, search on NQ futures contract rollover dates. So basically हर 3 या 4 महीने इज गोना बी चेंजिंग, जो एक्सपायर होता रहता है. जैसे यू ट्रेड ऑप्शंस, अगर ऑप्शन ट्रेड किया हो तो एवरी फ्राइडे June 19 यू कैन सी एट दिस टाइम इज गोना एक्सपायर. सो MNQ रहता है, MNQZ रहता है. सो दीज आर ऑल द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स रोल ओवर. अगर ऐसा है तो लेट्स से NQ1 एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क, सो इट्स गोना डू ऑटो रोल ओवर. सो यू डोंट हैव टू चेंज एनीथिंग. अगर आप ट्रेड ओवर में ट्रेड करोगे तो यू हैव टू चेंज समटाइम्स, एंड समटाइम्स वो खुद ही कर लेता है. सो यू बी केयरफुल कि कौन से रोल ओवर में रहो. अगर आप गलत में हो तो प्राइस थोड़ा डिफरेंस हो सकता है, एंड यू गोना हैव लाइक लिटिल स्लिपेज, एंड वॉल्यूम कम रहता है, वॉलिटिलिटी कम रहता है. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर इन प्रॉपर रोल ओवर जो भी है. तो अगर आप यहाँ पे दबाओगे तो पता चल जाएगा कि आप कौन से में हो, दिख रहा है ना. सो इफ यू सर्च जस्ट NQ, यू कैन सी NQM जो जून 2026 तक एक्सपायरी हो रहा है, NQU जो सितंबर 2026 में हो रहा है. तो दिस एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क मीन्स कि वो ऑटो रोलर हो जाएगा. यू डोंट हैव टू केयर अबाउट एनीथिंग. सो that's something that few people don't know, that you guys need to know. And also यहाँ पे जो है इसका स्प्रेड दिखाएगा. यू कैन सी दिस इज द क्वांटिटी यू कैन ऐड बाय योरसेल्फ. तो NQ में अगर आप वन क्वांटिटी ऐड करोगे या टू क्वांटिटी, एंड दिस इज योर स्प्रेड. बेसिकली द स्प्रेड इज टू लेस. अभी मार्केट इज क्लोज राइट नाउ, टुडे इज सैटरडे, बट या हियर इज गोना शो यू व्हाट स्प्रेड इट इज. यहाँ पे 22 दिख रहा है ना, तो यू कैन चेक व्हाट स्प्रेड. इट्स अराउंड 0.5 या 1 तक जाता है मैक्स. सो जस्ट मेक श्योर, एंड दस लिटरली नो स्प्रेड, ऑलमोस्ट नो, ना के बराबर ही होता है स्प्रेड. So that is something you guys need to know about NQ and MNQ. So these are all the pairs which you need to know and trade. And yeah, that is beginner level futures stuff जो आपको जाना चाहिए. And other than that, uh, so this let this first part be just an introduction to futures. Later we're gonna cover strategy video as well. So yeah, then take care. Bye bye.